And good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining me. Let's bring the feet so that they're hip width apart, and then stand up nice and tall. Bring your shoulder blades back and then down. Inhale, the arms up. Grab hold of the left wrist, stretch over the right. Inhale up, and exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the hands around behind you. Clasp the hands together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. See if the arms want to float, and soften your knees as you fold forward. Once you're folding forward, turn your head side to side. Come down a little lower, bend the knees even more, drop your belly on your thighs. Turn your head side to side. You could do a little wiggle side to side with the arms. And now press down with the feet to come all the way up. Release the hands and make big circles with the shoulders. So let's come into the body, out of the busy brain, circle the other way. And I think a perfect way to do that is just a little shaking. We'll start with the hands. You can say good morning, hands. Good morning, arms. See what you could get jiggling in the arms and the shoulders. And then good morning, foot. And good morning, calf. Good morning, thigh. And then switch. Equal time. Both sides. Good. And then a little shimmy. So what a fast way to get into the body. Here we are, all in our glory. Good. Let's move into sun breath. With our breath, inhale the hands up. Arch the spine, look up at the hands. And drop the chin down. As the hands come down, inhale up. So there's very few breaths where we breathe in and out through the mouth. I think mostly just out with our sun breath and out with the candle breath, with the ha breath. So try this, in and out through the nose. Changes things up. Try it with the ujjayi breath. One more. And release. Roll the shoulders again. Open the feet. We'll just do a quick warm up for the hips. Drop down and then a little side to side. And side to side. And then come back up. And we'll go through some vigorous breath before we move into a flow today, a more flowing class, standing flows. We start with the tapping. Stay tall, avoid the, maybe the idea of hunching over as you twist. We stay tall. And come back and breathe. Plant the feet again, bring your palms up. And take stock and notice how your body feels. Do you ever come to practice and just think, oh, I hope we just like work super hard and maybe get a little sweat going on? Do you ever come to practice and think, I want to move, 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 go, go, go? And then other days you come to practice and think, I hope we never get off our backs or come up from seated position. So notice how you feel right now. And if you are here for a really gentle practice today, gift yourself the gentle practice by moving into everything that we move in a more gentle fashion. And if you are here for a vigorous practice and you feel maybe it's not quite as vigorous as you'd like, drop deeper into the poses. Stretch a little more. Choose to stay with a super strong Ujjayi breath, and it'll just raise heat and it'll bring more depth to your practice if you stay with a Ujjayi breath. So notice what you need, what you're showing up with today, and then move accordingly. So let's bring the hands straight out for pure Ha breath. Exhale all the breath out and begin. One more. And release. Bring the feet a little wider than hip width for monkey breath. Make soft fists with the hands. Engage the pelvic floor. Inhale. One more. And release and breathe. So before we jump into our breath of joy, let's just check into a forward fold again. Just so you see how that feels. Bring the feet hip width apart, and you can hinge from the hips. Start with a straight spine. Press the hips back behind you. Crown of the head reaches forward, feeling that half forward fold. And then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop down, bringing your nose towards your knees. Crown of the head is drop down. Hold and breathe. Bring all of the weight towards the heels. Just to feel and notice. Press the hips way back. And then lean forward. Bring all of the weight onto the toes. Draw the kneecaps up towards the quadriceps. Turn your head side to side. And now bend your knees, drop your hips, bring your hands to your knees, and come up. Slow, 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 slow. Good, so we're ready for breath of joy. Plant the feet, tap yourself on the shoulders, and think, is there anything you'd like to let go of today? Anything that's hanging out on those shoulders, chores, to-do lists, anything you'd like to let go of today. Give yourself permission to let go, and then inhale up peace, love, joy, and laughter in. Inhale. One more. And release. Good, good. So let's move into our frog's breath. Remember frog's breath with the squats. You could stay up higher, do your own kind of inhale, exhale up and down, or you could drop low into the low squat. Maybe the block's in front of you or hands on the mat. Look up, inhale, and begin. On the knees, come up nice and slow, and then give yourself a Swedish massage up and down. So nice little pummeling. I guess that's where I feel it anyways. I always feel that one on my quadriceps. So we're going to do another warm-up. We'll use our sun salutation to warm up. So if you love using the chair, take a moment and grab the chair. So you've got the chair on your mat in front of you. We'll come right up to the front of our mat, and we want to move into our ujjayi breath. Nice deep breath in and out. Lift the chest up, drop your shoulders back. Gauge the pelvic floor. Do a little rocking. Come up into the toes, back to the heels. Flex the fingers. Just feeling, okay, ready to go. Here we are. Ta-da! Everybody ready? Here we go. Inhale the hands up. Right into prayer position. Exhale down in front. Inhale up and back. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, drop back down. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, left leg back, downward dog, press back, press the heels. Let's pause here. Walk the feet and think about, okay, waking up your hamstring, but maybe first off the Achilles tendon in the calf. So just press down with one heel. You're on your toes on the other foot. Reach your hips back, press down with the hands, and then reach your hips back. Feel that calf, Achilles tendon, draw the kneecap up to the quadriceps. See how that feels. A little engagement there. And now switch to the other foot. Hold, breathe, feel. Nice strong ujjayi breath. And if you're not feeling it in the calf and the Achilles tendon, explore a little bit by bringing the foot either closer to your hands or further away from the hands. And you can just walk one foot out and then the other, up and down. And then let's check into the hamstrings. Keep the knees slightly soft. Bring your hips back as far as you can. Adjust the shoulders so they feel grounded. Crown of the head drops down, and now reach the hips, the hips back and the heels down. And you may or may not activate the hamstrings here. Maybe for you, it's still all about the calves. Check in. Or maybe it's all about underneath the arms to stretch through the upper chest and shoulders. You're going to come right onto the toes over the hands, wiggle the feet back, and then rearrange yourself into plank. Press back with the heels. Draw the navel up. Crown of the head reaches forward. And breathe. And then see if you can do a roll over onto those toes. Drop the knees down. Top of the feet are on the mat now. And peek up. Just take a moment to feel this in, where do you feel it? Really, it's all about you. Where do you feel it? Upward dog. Curl the toes under, come all the way back into downward dog. And then bring the left foot a little closer to the right. Lift the right leg up behind you. Drop the left heel down. Bend the knee, that right knee. Bring the foot to the left side of the mat. Release the right foot down. Bring the left leg up. Reach back. Press down with the right heel. Hold, breathe. Drop the foot over to the right side of the mat. Bring the left foot down, and now we'll bring the right foot all the way up to the front of the mat. So here you are in your lunge. We'll pause, come right onto the fingertips. Make the legs work. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. And then think about how, before you start to move, how are you going to bring the left foot forward? Are you going to use momentum, or maybe come up and do a little balancing and then drop the left foot down? So bring your left leg forward, head comes towards your knees. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands come into prayer position all the way down. Follow them with your gaze. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale, the left foot back. We are in our lunge. Right foot comes back. Downward dog. Inhale, up onto your toes. Come forward into plank, and let's hold here again. So maybe you need to reorganize the hands so that the wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. Maybe you need to reorganize the feet. You want to feel equal balance between the fingertips and the palms of the hands and the toes. Hold, breathe. Drop your knees down or your hips forward, upward dog, peek up. Some people in upward dog hover. They don't actually put their knees on the mat. They do a hover, so you could always do that too. Curl the toes under, come back into downward dog. Bring your left foot right to the front of the mat again, and back in lunge. Let's hold. Same thing, come up onto the tips of the fingers so that you could really feel the muscle engagement. And then before you bring the right foot up, think about, are you going to use momentum like that, ready, set, go kind of feeling? Or do you want to come up on the left leg and a little bit of balancing and then drop the right foot down? Bring your head towards your knees. So whenever you're ready, bring the right foot forward. And then inhale, come up and back. And exhale, hands down. And breathe. And release. Good. Sun salutation as a warm-up. I think it rocks. I really think it rocks. So I'd like to try it again with you. This time though, we'll do one breath per movement and super slow ujjayi breath. So let's come back up to the front of the mat. Again, gauge the pelvic floor. Yeah, give your hands a little shake if you feel that in your wrists. And relax your shoulders. Sometimes you need to flex your fingers. There's a little prep for this, isn't it? It's the mountain feet, toes wide open, knees drawing up towards the quadricep, pelvic floor engaged. Hands come out to the side. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up and back. Halfway up. Right leg back. Left leg, downward dog. Inhale forward. We're going to hold here as we exhale. Plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, up and back. Good. So if you're breathing slower than me, maybe you're not quite finished. If you're breathing faster, then you're finished. If you've never done a sun salutation on your own with your own breath, I encourage you to do it so that you're not hearing me say this and then that and then this and then that. Inhale and exhale. If you find your own rhythm, it'll feel like a dance. It'll feel like a wonderful relationship between breath and movement if you just move on your own at your own pace. We're going to go back to the squats. We visited them, but we're going to have a wide squat and drop down with the elbows on the knees and shoulders back. And breathe. You could drop your hands right down onto the mat or use your blocks, and we'll drop to one side, bringing the hips towards the heel, pressing away with the straight leg. We're going to press away with the heel and flare the toes open, and then walk our way with the hands over to the other side. So side to side at your own pace. I feel like every teacher teaches the sun salutation slightly different, or the lineages do. Quite often in my classes, I have somebody using a chair, so to go from our downward dog to the upward dog is nice and flowy, whereas if you're using a chair, you're not going to, some people like the cobra in there instead, but cobra totally does not work with chairs. So that's why we do the sun salutation the way we do that in this class. Come back to center, bring your hands on your knees, come up, and flow. So I'd like to flow a little bit more with the wide stance, the heels in and pelvic floor engaged. and arms come out. And we'll move into our golden seed sequence, which I feel like we haven't done for such a long time. Shoulders are relaxed, and we start in 5-pointed star, but then palms up as we start to flow. Inhale the hands up, cross the arms, and then as you exhale, we drop into our low squat and press away with the hands. Inhale the hands to the shoulders. Exhale into a full forward fold all the way down. Left hand stays on the mat. Inhale the right hand out and up. Look up at the hand. Exhale down. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, left hand down. Drop low into your squat again. Imagine you've got a big heavy rock in your hands. Inhale, lift heavy rock up. And then all the way up. Exhale, full forward fold. This time the arms come up behind you. And you could drop the crown of the head down. Inhale, drop down into your slow squat again, and the arms extend forward into rocking horse, and then we drop down a little deeper. Inhale up, gentle back bend. It's the only back bend in this flow. And then exhale, full forward fold. Arms come up behind you. Drop low into your squat. Arms extend forward again. And release. Inhale all the way up. This time we're reaching up and then exhaling and reaching out to the sides. Hands come into prayer position to the heart and right up to the third eye. Good. So a little refresher because we haven't done it for a long time. So let's see if we can also really work with this one breath for each flow. And when we come up from, okay, let me see, so my feet go in, out, in, out, because they can, because I don't have any knee issues. So anytime you're in a squat, your heels are always in, no matter what. But I do like, for me, my forward folds with the feet squared. And when I do that, I also draw the kneecaps up towards the quadriceps. And this is called bird dipping its wings when we come down into our forward fold and lift the arms up. And then it's rocking horse. And so my heels need to drop in right off the bat in a flowing motion because I'm back into that squat, right? So you could choose to keep your heels in for the whole flow or in, out, like me. And some people, I guess it bothers their knees. So if it bothers your knees, just keep your heels in the whole time. So reach out, 5-pointed star. So of course our heels are in, toes are out. Palms come up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop down. Hands to the shoulders. Exhale, full forward fold. Arms come up behind you. Inhale, drop into your squat. Arms extend forward for rocking horse. Oh, yeah. Okay, someone's showing me I forgot something. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, more people are showing me I forgot something. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Palms up. Inhale. Exhale, drop down. Inhale the hands to the shoulders. Exhale into a full forward fold. Good, thank you. Left hand stays on the mat. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand down. Drop into your squat. Imagine you've got a big heavy rock. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, full forward fold. Arms come up behind you. Inhale into your squat. Arms extend forward. And exhale. Inhale all the way up into a back bend. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, back into your squat. Arms extend forward. And exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach out. Inhale, hands into prayer position to the heart and right up to third eye. And release. Good. Thank you for that. My students keep me honest. So let's try the affirmation flow. We haven't done that for a while either. Plant the feet. Hands come into prayer position. We'll go through it and then I'll see if I can remember the affirmations. But we'll go through it first. Inhale. Exhale, hands face down, run them along the body. Follow them with your gaze. Inhale, arms out and up. Look up at the hands. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And let's pause here. Whenever I come up halfway, I bring my hands to my knees. But sometimes you can have your hands in front of you on the mat. But we really want to have a flat, straight spine here. So, we don't have mirrors because it's all about how does it feel, not how does it look. But think about sit bones pressing back behind you, crown of the head reaching forward, flat back, and maybe you've got the kneecaps drawn up towards the quadriceps, pelvic floor drawn in. So there's our Ardha Uttanasana, or half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, drop all the way down into a full forward fold. Inhale, come up into chair. So the hips drop and the hands reach forward. And in chair, let's pause, reach back with the butt so that you could see your toes. I think that a lot of people do the hyperextension with the knees, bring the hips back. And the palms can be facing. So if you wanted boot camp yoga today, you could always have the hands up higher. Everything we do in our practice, you can make it harder or less hard, right? You could decide. Inhale all the way up. Bring the hands into prayer position. Again, exhale, hands come down. So that's the affirmation flow. Let's try it again. Inhale. I breathe in this moment. Exhale. I honor Mother Earth. Inhale. I honor spirit and sky. Exhale. I dive into life without fear. Inhale. I stretch myself. Exhale. I surrender. Inhale. I am steady and strong. Inhale. I rise up again and again. Exhale. I gather my whole self to my heart. Such a lovely one. And I'd love to hear that maybe someday you rewrote the words because you have something more powerful for you that resonates with you that you'd like to share. And then, we could try a different flow of words to this. And sometimes what comes up for me is not what I know. It's all of a sudden, instead of I dive into life without fear, sometimes it just comes to me, I bow to all sacred before me. I mean, I just have different things come up, and where do they come from? I guess the place of inner knowing. So if you like to write, put your thoughts on papers, feel free to share that with me. So let's do that one more time. So 3 times for good measure. Hands at the heart. I breathe in this moment. Exhale. I honor Mother Earth. I honor spirit and sky. I dive into life without fear. I stretch myself. I surrender. And then into chair. I am steady and strong. I rise up again and again. I gather my whole self to my heart. Good. Such a powerful words. So we're going to come to the back of the mat now. Bring your hands onto your hips. Maybe I'll come over here. We're going to start with the right leg lunging forward. So inhale. And exhale the right leg forward. Press back with the left heel. Drop down. And then you can do a little forward and back here and say, to yourself, how steady do I feel here? And if you don't feel steady, drop the left heel on the mat. Gauge the pelvic floor. Lift the chest up. Drop the shoulders back. Soften your gaze. So let's not be fierce. We'll be gentle warriors. Inhale the hands up. And then exhale and drop the shoulders back down. And then breathe. And pulse. And release into warrior two. So warrior two, the hands come down. Right hand's reaching over the bent right knee. And do that double check. See if the right knee is right on top of the heel. Do the double check at the back foot. See if that left foot's tucked in slightly. And then you're smack dab in the middle of the right and left foot. Not leaning forward, not leaning back, but right in the middle. Lift the chest up. Soft gaze off into the horizon. And now palms up. Straighten your right leg. Lift the toes up. Right toes up off the floor. Bring the hands up. Exhale and drop back down. Toes come down, arms come down. Inhale, palms up, come all the way up. And you can look up. And all the way down. So breathing in and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath. Go back and forth between the two. And then back into warrior two, and we'll move into a supported triangle with the elbow resting on the knee and the left arm reaching up and then over. Left shoulder comes back. Look down at your right hand. Bring the thumb to the pointer finger. Create a circle. And you could do the same thing with the left hand. The other fingers come together. Now check into your left shoulder. Give it a little wiggle just to see if you can keep it soft instead of generating tension. Press the outside edge of your left foot into the mat. And keep the pelvic floor engaged. Now release the left arm back behind you. And let's circle. So notice, are you generating tension in the neck? If you feel like you are, then come out of that. Look up, look forward, look down. Change it up so you aren't generating tension. Next time you come up, reach up, and we'll just reverse the circle. Keep pressing the outside edge of the left foot into the mat. And then the next time the arm comes up, pause again. Press down with the foot to get back up into our warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Whew, there we go. So the right leg is going to straighten. Draw the right kneecap up towards the quadricep. Reach towards the right. Reach, 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 reach. And then when you can't reach any further, swivel. Drop the right arm down, left arm up. And you can peek up towards the left hand, but same thing, if that generates tension in the neck or soreness or pinches anything, you could look forward or you could drop your head down. So Trikonasana. Sometimes it feels like you could touch the floor. Sometimes it feels like you could barely get to the knee. Every day is a new day. Bend the right knee, come back into warrior two. Drop the left arm down and reach your right arm up. So reach, reach, reach. So the right knee's on top of the right heel now. Reach up. Let go of any holding of the left arm. And come all the way up. And straighten the legs. And bring them back together. So sometimes I've been to, really advanced classes, and it's not that we're doing any different poses or more complicated poses, it's that we're holding longer. And the challenge is to hold without generating tension and ending up with a pinch in your shoulder or anything like that. So the challenge is to hold longer, but maybe acknowledge that you need to do the little wiggle sometimes, or the release, or modify, especially if you have an existing condition with the shoulders or something, or balance. So let's come to the back of the mat again. This time we'll move through with the left side. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot forward. Come into your lunge. Reaching the right heel back. Lifting the chest up and the shoulders back. And then if the stability is not here today, then drop the right heel on the mat. Inhale, the arms up, moving into our full warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Can you see how holding this longer, the heat is going to rise? And see if you could ride the wave of heat or effort, using your breath to stay soft and relaxed, even while you are very firm in your stance. Release the right heel onto the mat. Bring the left hand forward, moving into warrior two. So we're reaching forward, reaching back, drawing the pelvic floor up, lifting the chest up. And release the left arm down, reach the right arm up. You can do that circle with the fingers and the thumbs again. Reach the right arm over to the left. And what happens often is the right hip shifts forward. If you had a teacher walking around you and doing a hands-on assist, quite often the assist would be to a light touch on the right hip and bringing it back. So you could give yourself that little assist yourself. And maybe bringing the right shoulder blade back. And then another assist would be to actually touch the right foot, the outside edge of the right foot, and say, press into my touch, because you want to press the outside edge of the right foot into the mat while you're reaching to the left. And now let's take that left arm and start to circle. It's a nice release. And you're going to remember to move the head side to side if you feel like you're generating tension. And there's equal weight on the left foot and the right foot. You're really in the middle. And next time the hand comes up, circle the other way. So if you're dealing with a shoulder issue, you might just have your right hand resting at the waist. And the next time the right hand comes all the way up, let's press down with the left foot to come back up into warrior two. Drop the right arm down. So look at your left knee. The left knee should be right on top of the right heel. No, the left heel, knee on top of the left heel. And reach up with the left arm. Notice where the work is to keep your core to feel steady. Inhale, back into warrior two. Straighten the left leg, draw the left kneecap up. We'll move into Trikonasana, reaching to the left. And then swivel. Bend the left knee to come back into warrior two, and then straighten out both legs and come all the way back. Give your hips and legs, maybe you need to give your shoulders a little massage, and have a drink of water. Shake it out. So we're going to move into some pranayam right now. So you'll want a comfortable seated position. Maybe you're sitting on your heels. Maybe you're sitting cross-legged again. Maybe you've decided to grab a chair. Just find a comfortable seated position. And yes, water is always good. If you have tissue handy, take a moment just to grab the tissue, because often when we do our pranayam, that's when we discover that we are congested. And then yesterday, I started to read this book called Breath, and it was such a great read. It was super, super easy to get all the way to 5 chapters. You know, and all he talks about is breathing in and out through the nose, breathing in and out through the nose, breathing in and out through the nose. So making sure, you know, that you can. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're plugged on one side? So just give it a try. Block the right nostril. Inhale and exhale through the left side. Release. Try that on the other side. And release. If you have a lot of issues with congestion, maybe it's because of deviated septum, maybe it's because of allergies, consider looking into the neti pots. And there's super lots of information about neti pots, doing the salt rinse through your nose, and being able to breathe through your nose, pretty important. So we're going to move into our Kapalabhati breath with, definitely you need to breathe in through both nostrils. We sit up tall, bring your hands to your belly. Let me demonstrate for a moment what this looks like or sounds like. Good. So if you just, drank a whole bunch of coffee before class or anything, it's gonna make sounds. You're gonna hear it gurgling and you're gonna think, oh, I should have came on an empty stomach. So if you have digestive problems right now, then this might not be a breath for you. It's a fairly vigorous breath for our abdominal muscles. And it's in and out through the nose, very emphatic exhalation, but a passive inhalation. The inhalation just happens naturally. So let's try 10 to see how it feels. Inhale and begin. And release. So just watching me for a moment, it does not look like this. You know, it doesn't. You're really and truly just trying to work your abdominal muscles. In, out, in, out. If you get dizzy or nauseous, just breathe naturally. Let's try a set of 40. See how that feels. Inhale and begin. And breathe. So we'll try this again. The next round that we do, we'll move up to 60. And at the end, we'll inhale and exhale all the breath out by diving forward. And you'll hear me go, trying to get every last bit of breath out. So you have a completely empty diaphragm. You hold it out so you don't breathe in at all. Come back up and now draw the belly up and back. So you have an empty diaphragm. It's kind of a neat thing and kind of a cool thing. And you draw the belly up and back and hold out. And then when you need to breathe in, you finally breathe in, let yourself breathe in, and then hold on to the breath for a couple of counts as well. Well, until you need to exhale. So just a little different ending for Kapalabhati breath. And if 60 is too much for you, then whenever you're finished, you're finished. Listen to your body. Inhale and begin. Inhale. Exhale all the breath out. Hold it out as you come up. Draw the belly up and back. Once you come to the top of your breath, hold on to the breath. Once the need to exhale is strong but not strained, exhale completely. So notice how your body feels. The Kapalabhati breath, also called breath of fire, is all about stoking the fire, stoking the energy in the body, moving prana and really getting it going. So it's Shavasana time. You can come down onto your backs for Shavasana. You could do legs on the wall or on a bolster, or perhaps you feel like seated meditation today. Get yourself comfortable. Check into your breath and just listen and notice. Relax and let go. On your next inhalation, let the arms float up, moving into one last giant stretch. And you can release the hands and turn your head side to side. And then slowly roll over onto your side. And silently affirm to yourself, I am at peace. I am content. I am loved. And then bring yourself up to a seated position, and we'll chant the sound Om to end class. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. And you could bow to the light within yourself and open your eyes and shine your light. Namaste. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.